Hello, I am Raven, back with another Pick a Pile tarot reading. Just felt compelled to do it today, so here we are. As always, we have the 3 different groups here. I will leave the timestamps for each group down below in the comments, so after the intro, you can just jump to whatever group that you pick. Group number 1 here has a little rose quartz pink. Group 2 has a coral, and group 3 has an amethyst geode. It's kind of hard to see the amethyst in there, but it's in there. So I will insert a clip evaluating each one a little bit closer so you can pick. And as I said before, timestamps are down below in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. All right, group 1, I have 5 cards here, just because 2 cards jumped out together and I felt that that was supposed to happen, so I included both of them. But let's see where to start. We'll start with my, what is this? Just original tarot card deck. The 2 cards that I got out of that one were the 6 of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So starting with the 6 of Wands, this is a card that represents basically going through difficult times, and you are now in the celebration of getting through said difficult time. So you could see this man is celebrating, he's parading on his horse, and everyone else in the background is cheering him on with their wands. So yeah, basically you might have gone through a situation that tested your skill or talents and you made it through. And it could also mean that maybe you've mastered a new level of your skill or talent. It could also mean that you have a great message on the way for you. This is also a card of messages. So it's a good, happy card. You've made it through the wilderness. Somehow you've made it through. Queen of Wands, next card that I had from there. I thought it was interesting because it's within the same suit. So to me, that says that you've been through this hard journey with the 6 of Wands, and now with the Queen of Wands, that's what you can grow into. The Queen of Wands, just checking out my notes here, represents leaders who are friendly, charismatic, usually entrepreneurs or leaders of creative endeavors. So I think now that you've mastered a new skill or a new level of your skill, you will be representing basically the Queen of Wands with your great leadership, charisma, friendliness. It's a great card. The next card I have is the Empress, which I think goes along with the Queen of Wands here, kind of representing that same line of messaging. The Empress represents basically like motherhood, creation, nature, everything of that sort. So this could mean that maybe you need to get out into nature to kind of reconnect with that. Could also mean, like I said, that you are becoming this being of creation, of inspiration for others. It could also mean that maybe there's somebody in your life that's acting as this person for you, inspiring you, helping you develop your skills and create things. So good message there. And the other 2 cards that came out are 2 of Cups and 3 of Cups. Both really great cards. So we'll start with 2 of Cups here. If you know anything about tarot, you know that the 2 of Cups means romance, love is on the way, You are maybe going to meet somebody new that you get into a romantic relationship with, or it could be just a really close friendship. But you will be meeting somebody new, or maybe rekindling a relationship that will become stronger than it was before. Like I said, either romance or friendship. The Three of Cups is somewhat similar, more emphasis on the friendship. You see these three birds on the branch together, they're having a good time, watching the sun. This card represents good times with friends, but not just any friends, really close friends that you feel like you can truly be yourself with, and that they really support you and help you through whatever. So overall, a really good message for you. You've made it through tough times. You're in this era of creation, of inspiration, leadership, hopefully meeting somebody new or rekindling some old relationship that will become stronger than it was before. So yeah, a good message for you guys, group one. Thanks for watching. Okay, I just came up with a different interpretation for these cards, so I'm just going to insert it as well. I believe that maybe it is also saying that since you've made it through these difficult times with the Six of Wands, and you're kind of celebrating, you've leveled up, so to speak, that you will be meeting somebody who embodies these two cards, the Queen of Wands and the Empress. You'll be meeting someone who really inspires you, who's a great leader, who encourages creation, who maybe embodies just like nature, if that makes sense. Somebody who really grounds you, and yeah, just inspires you in a lot of different ways, and also is a really great friend or romantic partner with these cards. So just an alternate interpretation for those cards. Alright, group two, I have 4 cards for you. First, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, Daughter of Cups, and the Son of Pentacles. So, what I'm seeing with these 4 cards, starting with the Ace of Pentacles, aces are the beginning of suits in tarot, and I think in general. So the Ace of Pentacles basically represents new life. Something new is coming to you, whether that be a new career, maybe you're moving into a new house, maybe you're having a baby, like literally new life. This card represents a newness in your life. Maybe it's just a new vitality that you feel. It could be really anything, but this is a good card. It is like a positive new beginning. It's not negative or bad. It'll bring you prosperity. It'll bring you happiness, love, whatever this new energy is. And along with the Knight of Wands, which is a very impassioned card, I believe that this might be a new sense of vitality in your life. Like you have a new lease on life. You feel like things are going to change, things are going to be better. And with the Knight of Wands, you feel this very deeply. If you are maybe getting into a new hobby or a new skill, you feel very passionate about it and you want to spend all your time on it, all your energy. You are all in on this new thing that's coming into your life, which is great. I think that these two together really represent a good time coming for you. And then with the Daughter of Cups, this is a card of creation, creativity. This card represents basically being inspired by everything that's around you, kind of very daydreamy almost, like you're in your own little world, creating these new things, being inspired by just everything that's around you. And I think that has to do with this kind of new energy. You're seeing things with new eyes and just you're in awe of it, and you want to harness that and put it into whatever your new thing is. And then we have the Son of Pentacles. I'll be honest, this one doesn't seem to fit the narrative of these other three, but I think this might be a warning of sorts. With this impassioned new energy, it might fizzle out fairly quickly, just as quickly as it came. So with this card, which is the card of dedication, loyalty, perseverance, if you will, I believe that this card is telling you to stick with this new thing. Don't let it burn out. Don't let it fizzle. Like, keep on it, even if maybe you lose this kind of newness, this inspiration. Stick with it, persevere with it, and I believe that it will be a good thing for you. So that is all that I have for you, group 2. Thank you. All right, group 3. I will say, of the 3 groups, unfortunately, you have the most negative message. But if you picked this group, you probably need to hear it. So first, we're going to start with the 8 of Swords. You can see in this picture, there's a butterfly hanging there, all wrapped up, and there's swords all around it, so it can't open its wings to fly away. It's trapped, and it is the victim in this situation. This card, I believe, is asking you to evaluate your situation, see if it's really others that are keeping you trapped here, or is it yourself keeping you trapped there. Just maybe think about that. Adjust perspectives, kind of, to see, yeah, like what I was saying. What is keeping you trapped here? What is making you the victim in this situation? So that brings us to the Page of Swords. So the pages in tarot are kind of like the unrefined version of, say, the Knight. And so we have the Page of Swords. Swords is the suit of intellect, the mind. So I think what the Page of Swords is telling you here is that you need to use your intellect, your wit, to kind of get yourself out of this situation that's keeping you trapped, making you the victim. But keep in mind that your intellect isn't, be all, end all. Do take that with a grain of salt. The Page of Swords has a tendency of pretty much believing their perspective or their opinion as like the answer, the only answer. So yeah, with these two, I think you need to evaluate your situation, see what you can do to get out of this bad situation that you are in. I think you can do it. Basically, it's saying, use your mind, you can do it. And that takes us to the other 2 cards. So, Ace of Cups. Aces are the beginning of suits in tarot, and the Ace of Cups represents new beginnings, new life. maybe new relationships. It just represents newness. But I think with these two, after you are able to get yourself out of this situation or just reevaluate things, you will feel like a new chapter is starting, something new is beginning, and that brings us to the Knight of Swords. So as I was saying before, the Page of Swords is kind of the unrefined version of the Knight of Swords. I thought it was kind of interesting that both of these came out, so I believe this does represent a journey of growth. You will become the Knight of Swords, someone who is able to equip their intellect in the correct way, and really just a witty, charismatic person. As you can see in this card, he's really going for, you know, the battle that he's marching into. The Knight of Swords is a good card because, yeah, like I said, they mastered their intellect and are able to basically wield that in the correct way. It's also a card of advocacy, so maybe this situation that you have gone through, you will use this journey, this lesson to advocate for others who are maybe going through something similar, and you can help them out with that. But yeah, overall, I see a journey of growth here. Unfortunately, maybe not the most fun journey ever, but you can get through it, you can do it. You're definitely smart enough, you have got it. You'll be rewarded with new beginnings, great things, and a refinement of your intellect. So that is all that I have for you, Group 3. Thanks so much for watching.